I don't actually have any experience with the Subaru CVT, but today I'm completely disassembling one. We successfully took apart a CVT with only breaking most of it, but no instructions, in an attempt to swap this gear ratio into another CVT. After years and years of only doing Subaru engines, here I have a Subaru CVT that is bad. Recently, I was helping a buddy move a shop in Fort Worth, and down the street, someone had a 2011 Legacy, 130K, beautiful car, bad CVT. I took a look at it, and I was actually walking away. This unit is 8 to 12 grand to replace. So I got scared. I was walking, and the dude could see it in my face, and he lowered the price $1,000. So I bought the car, and here we are now. Before pulling it, I checked the fluid and tried driving it, and the chain is slipping when it gets warm. He did tell me he bought it off a customer, and he put a junkyard tranny in it. So if we look over here, we can see junkyard writing. Here's the torque converter. Junkyard writing. This has already been replaced. So that brings us to where we are now. I don't want to spend $1,000 to $2,000 on a CVT. I found one at my local junkyard. A buddy and I went down to that junkyard and pulled it out. It was only 200 bucks. I can take the gamble for that. Here it is. Unfortunately, I failed to comprehend that it was out of an Outback. So this is the code we got. And here's the code of the one we popped out of the Legacy. It ends in BAA. The last three are internal parts identification codes. Reading it from the internet, because I'm just learning this along with you guys. Yeah, those designate that the gear ratio is wrong. Anyway, the plan is to pull this front case, see if I can just pull the ring and pinion. I'm calling it the pinion that runs back, and the ring being the front diff right here. And I'm gonna see if I can pull all that out and swap it to the tranny we got. So that is the goal of today's video. Let's go ahead and get started and break this unit down. Now, if you're questioning whether I'm gonna look up how to take this apart, the answer is no. I'm just gonna take stuff apart. First thing I'm gonna do is take this cover off. Now let's go for wiring. Oh, that definitely goes to our valve body. Pretty simple. Just got our wiring going to our valve body. I have decided to pop this back in the transmission. And the reasoning there is, I'm gonna hope that I can just drop this front case off. Honestly, I have no idea how to take this apart. Just to be safe, I'm gonna go ahead and drop whatever internal stuff is. Take a look in here. We'll drop these out, go from there. And see if this will pop off.
No way. No, not right there.
Gun was a no-go. My cameraman got scared. Heard something move. Oh!
Who's on there?
Here. Cameraman thinks it's so easy. Let's see.
Let's take a break.
Now that the cameraman's back to being the cameraman, instead of offering advice, I found a chain wrench. Oh yeah, that's it right there. Not meant for that, but hey. Oh, that sounded like something came loose that I don't know if I'm qualified to take apart. Oh, right. What is that? What? Huh. Do you think we broke that or no? I don't think we broke that. Yeah, I think I've had a slight realization. I think I needed to pull this seal to pull this snap ring to let this slide out. And this sits in here, just like that. And yeah, then this snaps it in. So it's snap ringed from both sides. Now that we broke that, let's see if we could have just taken these bolts out and pulled this whole assembly. Maybe that's what we should have done. I don't have a socket that fits these. I'm gonna hope that this is just a torque converter support right here bolted to this, and I don't need to disconnect them and it will pop out. Okay. I really should probably like look up how to take this apart instead of just sending it, but like, you know. Oh, there we go. Thrust washer fell out of where? Has to be here. I think the sensor out here needs to come off. I really don't think we've accomplished anything. I think I could have left all this intact. I was worried there might be some bolts behind here. I'm not seeing them. So now I'm gonna proceed to drop all these outer case bolts. See if we can pop the front off. There's 3 that concern me. This one right here seems to have a copper washer. Same situation on the other side. And then down here we have this 14 that goes up. I decided not to pull this 12 or the one on the other side or the 14 down here. I think they're oil galley plugs and they don't need to come out. Let's see if the hammer disagrees with that. I have a feeling we're about to lose a lot of fluid. I don't know. I'm gonna pull the 12s. Might as well hit the 14 below as well. What is that gunk? I don't know if that's the diff drain, but that stuff looks terrible. I don't like the way the bottom's being held. Something seems tight.
Something does seem tight.
Give me safety glasses, please. And watch your eyes in case one of these screwdrivers explodes. The handles. Oh, you heard that?
Yeah.
That was a screwdriver breaking.
Separating.
Yeah, up top. Someone's holding it down below.
Alright, let's take off the other one.
Yeah, it ain't moving. This thing's gonna come apart. We might just break every piece of it. I think I overlooked some Allen plugs that might have some stuff behind them. Got one here, one here, one here. I'm gonna take those off, see if that helps, as well as take this sensor out. I don't really know, I'm just taking stuff apart at this point. They seem like just oil plugs. I don't think I changed anything. At this point, I'm gonna flip it, drop the pan, drop the valve body, see if there's some back there holding it. Yikes. Big yikes.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Get another bucket, bro.
Be ready to make a big mess and to smell like CVT fluid.
Kind of smells like menthol.
It just smells bad.
I've smelled worse. I thought I saw RTV, but I think it's metal. Oh, it is metal. I think off this magnet. Anyway, I don't think that's good. We do have metal shards in there. I'm gonna go ahead and get the valve body out of here as well as the strainer. Here is our connector. This is what I popped back in earlier. I think we can pop it out now. It might need to wait for the valve body to come out. Valve body next. I'm gonna guess it's the black bolts. What do you guys think? Should I hit it with a hammer? Pry bar till something breaks. So I had to look up which bolts. I only missed one. It's all the black ones and this one right here. There we go.
Damn.
And here is the valve body that is common to go out. This is what I would refer to as the pinion. The ring is up here and rides in here, and this is the pinion drive. So we might have to drop this to pull this and all that. We'll find out. I'm no mechanic, so... This is my first look at a CVT chain. I guess this is what's slipping. This whole contraption is wild. Magic. We dropped the nut on the pinion, and I bet this whole thing slides out. I bet that's how that works. Let's rip the rear. I really should pay attention to where these sensors go, but tomorrow's problem. Hey, for once we're catching the fluid. Okay, where did this go? So I don't see a nut. I think it just slides in, bro. I think this is the all-wheel drive unit right here. So it can disable all-wheel. Look at that. It freewheels. No, it's spinning. I don't know. If I break your finger, just yell, okay?
Okay.
There we go. Boom. Yeah, see, there's no nut. The pinion just slides in. So, that wasn't it. Blinds go forward. If we need to put this back together, we're going to drop the next housing off. This one. This goes where? Top right? Top right. Dowel pin.
Yeah.
Bro, what is holding the front on this? I think I just got tranny fluid in my mouth. Gross.
Did you lick your glove?
I wiped. It's gross. We're going back to prying now, because taking all this out didn't really get us anywhere. Kind of pulling on something. I can see it. Yeah, because it's not on that. I might have to just tell you how I take this apart after I smash it with the sledgehammer off camera. So I'm going to go get a sledgehammer. I didn't want to pull these because they tension the diff, carrier, third member, whatever the heck this is on a Subaru. I didn't want to mess with the preload as this is the part we need. We're taking it apart. Look, it's moving. See that? So now we have... This is my specialty Subaru tool. Yeah. Two. This is engine. 4, 5, 6.
This is 6.
6.
I'm writing down how many turns.
Nice. 6. Something's right here. Right there. You see that? That has to be... Dude, no way. No way. It's this pressure tube. Look, that's why it's getting all bent. See that? I was wondering why it was cocked earlier.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how we'd pull it out.
Oh, we're gonna pull it out. So I think this pressure tube is what is holding it. Now, how are we gonna pull that? I'm glad you asked. Probably with these picks. straighter. Pressure tube. There we go. Well, that's more anyway. Not too high. There we go. So guys, if you need a tranny, I recommend finding the right one. We managed to get it apart. I think it squeezes these plates together, forcing the chain to ride out here, thus changing the gear ratio. I'm not familiar with CVTs, but in my mind, that's probably how it works. And I think to get to the front diff, we need to pull this off. It's definitely not like a 4 EAT or a 5 EAT where you can just unbolt the front diff, which I've done before, and it's easy. Everything I was trying to do, out the window. Well, it's the next day. We got stumped by some bolts that we didn't have a socket for. This thing, it looks like an E-socket. It's not an E-socket, at least not an E16, which is the largest I have. So I picked up this spline drive socket set, and I thought it was the 15. It seems to fit pretty darn well, but it doesn't really work for untorquing them. So we also picked up the extractor set and are using the 14 millimeter one of those. This is working enough to get them off. It's not gonna work from what I can understand going back on. It might, we'll see. We're not at that point yet. Let's go ahead and take this and this out of the way. So we have this 14 here, one here. What's weird is it seems to be under some sort of pressure, which I don't really like, but I'm just gonna take it off and hope I don't die. That one's good. I'm hoping that's all and I can just lift this out. Special service tool. This is made by Subaru. It's called an 1.5" socket and a hammer. This nut on the front that it doesn't quite fit, I'm just gonna try to pound that out. Nothing?
It's moving.
No way?
Yeah, it's on move.
How do we get this timing guide off? Oh, okay. I think this whole assembly just comes off. It just doesn't want to.
Yeah, it's moving. Showing.
It's coming out, I can see it. Ow! I just gotta get both of these to come out at once. And that's proving to be very difficult. Because they're very heavy. Oh yeah. Ah. This contraption is a CVT. However, whatever this does, this varies gears. We are pretty much down to the front diff here. What I could do is actually not disassemble this anymore, and I could just assemble the other tranny onto this case. If you've made it this far and your goal is to change your gear ratio, I would recommend breaking down your other transmission and assembling it onto this front bell housing part with the front diff. Then you don't need to mess with the play on your diff, so you won't have to open this up like we did. I think that is the route we might take, but just for shits and giggles, we are gonna take the rest of these bolts out and see what we're looking at under here. Now that spline drive socket is not working, the extractor one is working better, so we're gonna impact it, see if it breaks. We'll take off this unbeat one. Yeah. Extractor 14 seems to be the key. This one I beat with the hammer. We'll come back to that. This one. I actually messed this up with a vice grip. I'm thinking I get a bar and pry it and see what cracks. There is our pinion removed. And we are now in the front diff. So yeah, once again, we did not have to pull that thing, but if you want to pull this, if you just want to like weld your center diff and get that custom no turning, we successfully took apart a CVT with only breaking most of it, but no instructions. So, well, yeah, I don't know why you would want to do this. Don't do this. Is that 98? Where's that CVT fluid?
It smells the same to me.
I think it's the same. The point of having this, a lash adjuster, is so that you can dial in this side to side to set preload so that you're not crashing into stuff or hanging on just the tips of the teeth and busting teeth off. That's how you set up ring and pinion. So I only removed one of the adjusters and we counted 6 turns to get it back to where it was, and we have ours marked. So we can set our preload back. So as much as the point was to swap the ring and pinion, I don't think that's the way to go because there's slight machining variances based on tooling going off during manufacturing. That's why something still manually sets the correct depth and preload of stuff. So in my opinion, it is smarter for us to assemble this back together and assemble everything behind the bell housing onto this front diff. So I don't think you actually need to remove any of those weird bolts. I would just, once again, break it down to a front diff, break down your second CVT, swap it onto here. That being said, if these run the same fluid, you might have contamination and stuff, and it might be a good point to get deeper. I don't know. But we took it apart. And for now, that is as much as I know. So thanks for watching. I don't really know what our plan is, but there will be a second video. It might just be me saying buy a JDM tranny. It might be me actually being able to utilize this gear ratio in our second CVT that we have. I don't know. You'll have to subscribe to find out. We'll see you next time.
No, but what year is it?
I don't know.
What the you bought the car?
Dude, I bought 6 cars in this month. Can you go check what year it is?
Yeah, I'll go check.